you know, do you think that our people now suffering under integration the way they have been, Brother LC, are more susceptible to at bare minimum us getting together on a Saturday teaching our children?
Oh, definitely. And now that you mentioned integration, I was at this principal program this summer, and I had the privilege of talking to one of our elders who were one of the first classes in New Orleans to go under integration. And what he told us was that as soon as integration hit, because remember back then, I mean, because of the racism and everything, you had your best black minds in schools because they couldn't get the jobs that they really deserved. So what they did was they would just go teach. You know, they would go teach black children. So you had the best black minds in the school. And he said as soon as integration hit, they took all the horrible first and second year white teachers, put them in the black schools, took all those good teachers that they had been having for all those years and put them in the white schools. And so you saw black education plummet as a result of that. And he said he saw it firsthand. I mean, like within the next 2 or 3 years, education went downhill in black community. And now, the modern day version of that is you have this organization called Teach for America. Now, Teach for America is nothing more than European people coming up with an idea to get their white children out of debt, because most of these TFAs come from these elite universities. They don't have a job in their field, so what they do is they give them a contract saying, if you teach in this low-income school for 2 years, we'll pay your loans off. So you have these people that probably never had to deal with black people not one time in their life. They go to the inner cities. They teaching our children. I remember you said 90% of them are white women. They're coming to our schools. They're teaching these children that they don't like and don't want to be around. And all they saying is, okay, I got 2 years of this. I got 2 years of this. I got 2 years of this. So in their mind, they're not trying to come change anything. They're just trying to get their loans paid off. Now, I'm not knocking white folks for coming up with a way to get their children out of debt, but at the same time, it's our children that suffer as a result of that.
Wow.
You see? And let me trip you out real quick. They have a 5-week training. 5-week training during the summer, and they are qualified to teach. That's the same degree or the same certification that took me 4 years to get. They give it to them in 5 weeks.
Wow. When did they start that?
Teach for America been around for a while. Now, I can't tell you the exact date, but it's been around for, I think, the last 10 years or so. But that's what, like I said, that was their creation. So they know in 2 years I'm out of teaching. I'm going to go to law school. And as a matter of fact, they pay for their masters while they're in school. So not only are you getting the same salary that I'm getting, you're getting your loans paid off, and they're paying for you to go to school. And I went to school for 4 years, took this. You ain't paying my loans off. You're not paying for a master's for me. And yet I went into it with the thought to help these inner city children and stay there. You on a temporary term, you only there for 2 years, and you're getting all these amenities, and not the people who actually went into education. So what happens now, you have education programs that numbers are shooting down because they're like, why would I get into education if I could just go through this 5-week program in the summer and do it? So like Southern University that used to graduate 200, 300 teachers a year are now only graduating like 20, 30. So then you lose your education accreditation. You see, your education program. So all these things happen as a result of you creating a program like Teach for America.
Wow. You know, brother, you know as well as I that I've been doing these series on death by lethal integration. It becomes very difficult for me to understand as to why our people can't see that integration is the death knell to our community. I mean, we're looking at, we can't compete with the major universities in football because our best football players are in their universities. We can't compete in basketball because our best players are in their on their basketball teams, their track teams, so on and so on. But the area that we miss the most is our best minds are locked up behind white lines. And it's like we don't get that the death knell to our community is integration. Do you know why? I was out talking to some black doctors again this week. For some reason, black doctors are just friends of mine, and we hang out some. But do you know that the hospital is literally a plantation, and they have openly called black doctors? doctors, the N-word and everything else in the hospital, other white doctors.
Wow.
Why can't we see that we need to have our own in order for people to respect us? It's in every field, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's in every field. I think that is a big time psychological problem. I know a lot of the psychologists talk about that. Like when somebody mistreats you, you feel like you just want to be close to them. You want to get their acceptance so badly that you're going to do whatever you need to do to get that person's acceptance. And that means buying the most expensive thing, hopefully they don't see your color. Marrying a women, hopefully they don't see your color. Living next door to them, hopefully they don't see your color. Getting their education, getting their PhDs, doing whatever you have to do to assimilate, and yet still you're not going to realize you're still black. And the only thing that a person going to respect is when you get your own. When you get your own, that's when people are going to respect you, not when you try to be just like them.
That's right.
And that's what they don't understand. So I totally think that integration was the worst thing to ever happen to black people. It was a smart move by the white folks. I got to give them credit for it. It was a major move. It was, like he said, the death knell. And now we see ourselves as one. We don't see ourselves as separate anymore. So that's the most dangerous thing about it is we can't even see ourselves outside of these people. We see our vision as the same vision that they have. So whatever vision America has, that's the vision we're on board with. We don't see ourselves differently. And that's why we don't see the importance of taking our communities back, our education system back, because we feel like we are one. And if we were truly one, then what's happening in black communities would be a problem for all America, not just black America. What's happening in education would not be just a black people problem. It'll be a American problem. So it's clearly showing you that you're not one, because as soon as your children's test scores come out, they blast white people test score, black people test score. They're not saying, oh, American test score is this. They're saying this is our children, this is y'all children, this is Spanish children. They come out and they show you where they stand at. And you still, I don't know what it's going to take for black people to see it. Maybe it's going to be the fall of the money. Maybe it's going to be the fall of the country. I don't know what it's going to take. But at that time, I think it's going to be too late, because you're going to be so dependent on these people that when they fall, you're going to fall right along with them.
And that's what's happening. Brother, thank you so much for calling in, and we hope to see you real soon, brother.
Yes, sir.
All right, peace and blessings. That's Brother LT from the Hot Black Coffee Party.